All right, let's get straight to it. If you think markets are random, think again. Today, we're talking about the silent killer of profits in trading, confirmation bias. That little devil in your head constantly telling you, "You're right, just hold on, the market will turn." But here's the hard truth. Confirmation bias isn't just a bad habit, it's the fastest way to torch your account. Let me break it down. Confirmation bias is that mental trick we all play on ourselves, that seductive lie that every move you've planned is going exactly the way you imagined. You're already in love with your trade idea, and now all you can see is what agrees with you. Every chart, every news flash, every other trader's take, it's all filtered through that need to be right. And this is where it all goes wrong. See, the market is a ruthless, relentless beast. It doesn't care about what you think or how you feel, and when you let confirmation bias drive your decisions, you're not trading the market. You're trading your own ego. I don't care how good you are. If you're ignoring what the market's telling you because it conflicts with your thesis, you're done. Confirmation bias is tricky because it disguises itself as confidence. You tell yourself you're being strategic, disciplined, patient. But here's the problem. You're cherry-picking. You're seeing only the signs that reinforce your position while ignoring every red flag that says, "Hey, maybe it's time to get out." That's not strategy, that's wishful thinking. Imagine this. You've gone long on a currency pair. Everything seems to point up, and you're feeling pretty damn good. Now you start ignoring news that doesn't fit, brushing off technical indicators that hint at a reversal and finding reasons to stay in. Sound familiar? That's not discipline. That's bias, plain and simple. And guess what? The market's watching, and it will exploit that. Let's talk data. Data should be the trader's best friend. But when confirmation bias gets a grip, data becomes your worst enemy. Why? Because it's so easy to twist. You see what you want, discard the rest, and tell yourself, it's all part of the plan. Here's the cold reality. If you're looking at data to confirm what you already believe, you're not doing analysis. You're doing fantasy, and fantasy doesn't pay. You've got to train yourself to do the opposite. Find data that disproves your thesis. Look for the counter-narrative. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's where real profit lives. Now I get it, killing confirmation bias isn't easy. It's like trying to ignore your own reflection. But if you're serious about making money, here's what you need to do. First, start by assuming your trade idea is wrong. Let that sink in. Every time you plan a trade, imagine that it's a mistake. Ask yourself, what evidence would prove me wrong here? And I'm not talking about vague ideas. I mean specific concrete signals that, if they appear, will get you out. If you don't have an exit plan, you're just hoping, and hope has no place in trading. Second, surround yourself with opposing viewpoints. Seek out traders who disagree with you. Dive into analysis that contradicts your stance. Don't just look at what feels good, look at what feels uncomfortable. Confirmation bias thrives in isolation, so break out of that echo chamber. Trading isn't about being right, it's about being profitable. You need to be ruthless with yourself. Whenever you catch yourself scrolling past news or ignoring a chart that doesn't align with your position, stop. Ask yourself why. Are you genuinely confident in your setup, or are you just avoiding discomfort? Because here's the real kicker. The market doesn't reward comfort. Comfort is for amateurs. If you're too comfortable, you're missing something. The best traders are uncomfortable all the time because they know their bias could betray them at any moment. So here's my parting thought. Don't trade your ego. Confirmation bias loves to stroke your ego, whispering that you're right, that the market will turn in your favor, that you've got it figured out. But the market doesn't care about your ego. It'll chew it up and spit it out without a second thought. Every time you ignore conflicting data, every time you scroll past a red flag, you're feeding that bias, fattening it up, making it stronger. And one day, that bias will cost you. Don't wait for that day. Kill it now. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, this all makes sense, but how do I actually put it into practice? That's where we come in. At Edge-Forex, we cut through the noise and keep each other accountable. This isn't some feel-good community. It's a no BS zone for traders who want to win and understand that real trading requires facing the truth, even when it hurts. So if you're ready to kill that confirmation bias and trade smarter, join us. Head over to Edge-Forex and get serious about leveling up. This is the place for traders who are done with illusions and ready for hard truths. Don't let bias be the reason you miss your shot. George from Edge-Forex. Checking out